Hey guys, so just a QBD video here, just showing you what I bring, how I do it. I find range to be the best method, obviously using the Royal Crossbow with the Royal Bolts. Try and get the best range bonus as possible, using, Murmur. Boots, I'm not sure make a difference anymore. I use Titan. It's the best for the quickest kills. I don't really take any damage while fighting the QBD, so yeah, I find faster kills just better net profit. The abilities I use are Piercing Shot, Ricochet, Fragment, Snapshot, Bombardment, Rapid Fire, and Anticipation. Now I've got an ult on here, but I don't tend to use it. I find the thresholds to be a lot more useful than the ultimate when fighting the QBD. Revenge requires a shield, as does Rejuvenate, and Soul Split is turned on when I use Quick Press. Regenerate I use at the end of the boss, usually when I'm doing multiple multiple kills in a row. Now, what I tend to do is I go Ooglug, a Bonfire up, and boost my health in prayer. Then come back, obviously get a full inventory of rock towers. If you don't have dread nips, that's fine. I don't really use them either. Obviously, combat boosting pots, prayer renewals, a prayer pot. I use penance usually when doing the QBD, but I've used it today, or recently, so I can't use it again. Super anti-fire for obvious reasons. Still a Legend Scrolls and a Ring of Wealth. Anyway, we are ready to go fight the QBD, so let's go. And saying that I use little food, watch me take stupid amounts of damage. Tend to use, like, if I'm going to use a dread nip, usually the first way is when I use it. The way I use my ability bar is one is the basis. My first shot, Piercing Shot. Everything will return to Piercing Shot. I'll use Piercing Shot, Ricochet, Piercing Shot, Frag Shot, Piercing Shot, Anticipation, and just continue in that manner. It boosts your adrenaline very quickly. It's just I've found it to be the most useful with the shortest cooldown. First wave down, just pop the artifact, go back to killing it. Remember to use your Titan if you're using one. Ghosts I tend to ignore until I get to the later waves. They're not overly painful. Soul Split will heal it back up fairly quickly. I also use them for prayer restoring when I'm using penance. Now firewalls, they're fairly easy. Step through them. You can take no damage if you know what you're doing. It's all about timing with the firewalls. You've just got to wait till they're pretty much the square in front of you and then click 2 steps behind it and you should step through just fine. Take out the second artifact. Now as you see, I've got full adrenaline, but I don't tend to use the ultimate abilities. I don't find it very useful against the QBD. Like, sure, I can do 5k damage with my ult, step over the ghost, make it take its own damage, but 5k damage isn't really overly useful in the long haul. You're better off saving it for rapid fire and bombardment. The reason I find range to be the best when fighting the QBD is she doesn't actually increase her defense against it in any way. When she goes bluish, she's weaker to melee but strong against mage. And when she goes green or yellowish, yeah, yellow, it means she's weak against mage but strong against melee. So range really doesn't have a weakness against the QBD, which is why I tend to use it. Plus, you know, you get to stand back here and you're right next to the artifacts if need be. Let's see. Try not to use abilities when you want to step the firewall. As you saw, I just failed to move there at all. There we go. Yeah, as you can see, she's more resistant to magic, but weaker to melee. Now the fire flames you got to watch out for. If you're standing a bit closer in here, they can do about 1980 damage per tick. There we go. QBD down. Now she didn't really summon many ghosts this round. Ghosts in the 4th wave are the biggest problem. She'll summon 4 of them at a time with the potential for 4k damage, which is pretty painful. It can certainly combo fairly well with her other abilities. Now when we get down here, obviously Outer Worm's still attacking me, so I was able to get down here without losing adrenaline. But when I get down here, I'll sit here for a bit, wait till I'm out of combat, and activate Regenerate. Put on your Ring of Wealth, and loot the chest. Torstals, awesome. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I hope it helped. Either PM me in game, SkyWW131's my username, or on YouTube if you need any more advice. Thank you.